free sheep, justice for Grenfell. Counterfire free sheep, justice for Grenfell.
Instead of 3 weeks ago, Jeremy would be in number 10 and John would be in number 11 Downing Street. And if the Tories can have the general election at their convenience, we demand today the general election at our convenience.
Tories out! Tories out! Tories out! Tories out!
Saying the strong and stable won't disguise, they're still being taken for a ride. Nurses going hungry, schools in decline. I don't recognize this broken country of mine. They're having a law, let's show them the door, then cut the rich, not the poor.
It's very clear that I think we need a period of time of stability.
Friends, welcome to Parliament Square. This is an absolutely massive demonstration today. Can I just make a quick request? We're going to start the rally soon. We've got Jeremy Corbyn coming down.
And we're here today to say to Theresa May, we're putting you on notice. If this is the number that we can get after 3 weeks, think how many we're going to get at the Tory party conference in Manchester in October. Everybody who watched the election saw that every day she was losing support and every day Jeremy Corbyn was winning support. Why is it when MPs vote to bomb a country like Iraq or Syria, within 24 hours they have those bombers in those countries killing people in those countries? But when the Grenfell Tower burns to the ground, they can't tell you 2 weeks later how many people were in there, what their names were. In fact, we hear today that they're still charging rent to some of the people in the Grenfell Tower.
People have suffered. 1.25 million turning up at food banks last year because they were hungry and starving under austerity. I tell you this, we give a pledge to that 1.25 million and all the others. When we bring this government down, we will feed our people and there will be no hunger in our society. What we need then, not just a Labour government, I want a socialist government under Jeremy Corbyn.
I thought Parliament Square was absolutely full 2 years ago when we met here in the aftermath of the 2015 election. I didn't think you could get any more people into Parliament Square, except today when there are more than ever. And when we met 2 years ago in the aftermath of the general election, Tory government in office, Tory government hell-bent on privatisation, on cuts and austerity. We declared a declaration that we were going to fight austerity and the economic thinking that is behind it. And that is exactly what we've been doing over the past 2 years. In Britain, 6 million people earn less than the living wage. 4 million children are living in poverty. 4 million people are also living in fuel poverty. 1 million access points a year to food banks all over Britain, including people working in the public sector. And whilst the Tories might think they've stitched up a cosy deal with the DUP, which suddenly values every DUP MP at 100 million a year, more than any Premiership footballer, and if you'd seen them playing football, you would not offer 100 million for any of them, or even all of them. And that cosy deal put together in order to do what? Vote down the Labour proposal that we end the public sector pay cap. And so I say to any public sector workers in Northern Ireland or anywhere else, don't have any illusions in these people. When they started the austerity programme, they meant it, and they meant it to carry on, and carry on with a growing gap between the richest and poorest in our society, with a growing impoverishment of those at the bottom, a growing underfunding of local government, health, education, and all the other things that we all need in a civilised society. If you drew a map of Britain and coloured in with red all the poorest parts of the country, and overlaid it with another map of those that have had the biggest cuts in public expenditure, whose local authorities have been bled dry, one would obliterate the other. The austerity programme is brutal and selective to the poorest people and the poorest parts of our communities. And if ever there was an object lesson about what austerity really means and what poverty really means in Britain, look at the disaster of Grenfell Tower. Not one of those people need or should have died. Every single one of them could and should have been protected. But somewhere along the line, there was a whole system that led to them living in a fire trap. End austerity and invest in the future. Invest in decent housing. I want an NHS that's publicly owned, publicly run, and those in it are publicly employed. We will fight for a Brexit from the European Union that protects jobs, living standards and workers' rights. We will fight to protect the rights of European nationals living here so they get full rights, and we will develop that partnership of the future. We will also campaign for an international system and a foreign policy that puts human rights, environmental justice and democracy at the heart of a foreign policy that is based on human rights and justice. The Tories are in retreat. Austerity is in retreat. The economic arguments of austerity are in retreat. It's those of social justice, of unity, of people coming together to oppose racism and all those that would divide us that are the ones that are moving forward. This is the age of imagination. This is the age in which we will achieve that decency and social justice that we all crave. That is what brings us here together today. That's what keeps us here together today. And that will take us forward in the future to build that better society that we want for our children